with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. It's the Pearle Snapp Christmas special. We're back with another Pearle Snapp Stocking Stuffers Rudolph edition. I don't know if I could do this in the middle of everything else that's going on for me right now. It's become insane. People are breaking into my home, dusting my food with sedatives and shit. It's unbelievable. All my rights violated. And I can't get any help because this whole town is completely, utterly corrupt. They're all participating in this thing against me. Whatever the hell's going on, I don't really understand it. Other than to say, I'm pretty sure I'm the subject of some weird experiments. I've been locked down in a kind of backwater town where nobody pays attention to this town, even though it is near an Air Force base. I'm going to change my headgear now. Shit. We're talking shit now. I'm mad that these people are doing this to me and there's nothing I can do about it. I really do need help, so if you can help me, please come to Alamogordo, New Mexico and bring, some National Guard troops or something. This whole town needs to be arrested for trafficking of every kind you can imagine, and for violation of human rights and whatever. Okay, so the card that came out of the deck, the card that came out of the Stocking Stuffers deck today was, look, Jacob Marley. Who was he? He was a character in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I found my copy. I do keep a copy of this book because it's one of my favorite stories in the world. I love this story, and every Christmas I get it out again and get all refreshed by reading the story of redemption. Okay, this is the story of how Ebenezer Scrooge had an epiphany about his miserliness and his failure to recognize the value of love. So we're gonna start with a random. I had a bookmark in here, but I'm going to. Okay, I'm gonna do a random. The spirit raised a frightful cry and shook its chain with such a dismal and appalling noise that Scrooge held on tight to his chair to save himself from falling in a swoon. So that must have been when he saw Jacob Marley. This is the note from the illustrations. Okay, so facing page 20, let's look at that illustration. Yeah, remember Scrooge was visited by three spirits in the night. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, yes. Here's Scrooge being visited by the spirit of Jacob Marley, hanging on to his chair in fright. Ooh. One of my favorite renditions, there have been so many different movie versions of this story, but my very, very favorite is the musical version. I said virgin. Remember, the Virgin Mary gave birth to the Christ child. Okay, that's what Christmas is really all about. And I did upload a link to a short movie made in the 1940s. It's really great, to my community page. Make sure, by the way, that you visit Pearle Snapp's community page. There's much very interesting stuff there. Don't skip our community page, okay? You can find the link to that movie there. I forget what it was called, but It's about a little hotel in the middle of nowhere and what happens there on Christmas. Okay. So that's what I said. I was talking about my favorite version of this movie is the musical version called Scrooge with Albert Finney that was made, I think, in the 1970s. And it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful period movie with costumes that are great and great acting and funny. It's funny in parts, really funny, especially the part where where the spirit of Christmas yet to come takes Scrooge to see his own funeral and the celebration the town is having because he's finally dead. And Scrooge is like dancing on his own coffin, not realizing what's going on, really. And they come out and they take his little ledger that he carries around to collect interest on the debts that all the people have. Everybody has to take out loans from Scrooge to survive in this town. And he goes around on Christmas Eve collecting and, anyway, he's just horrible. Scrooge is a horrible character. He's a moneylender. Okay, so let's take it on over to the table and we will do the Jacob Marley stocking stuffer reading. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And please like this video. Put your finger on the like button right now, okay? Share it, subscribe. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're back. So I was just delving into the book a little bit more right around that little paragraph I read to you before. By the way, this came out in the pre-shuffle. Embrace your magnificence. So let's put that down too. Embrace your magnificence. Okay. So another thing I'd like to do before I even start is a little prayer to ask for the best reading we can get right now for the collective. Something that's really spiritually nourishing, please. And with help from God and all of our angels and ancestors and spirit guides. What angel message can we get before we start this reading? Victory! Victory! Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Wow. Okay, that's great. Okay. Victory and embrace your magnificence. And Jacob Marley, okay? So he's one of the spirits that visited Scrooge the night that Scrooge was being warned that he was about to be plunged into his fate if he didn't reform himself, okay? And he was visited by the spirit of his partner in life, Jacob Marley, who he ran his money lending business with, who was now deceased, okay? At this, the spirit raised a frightful cry and shook its chain with such a dismal and appalling noise that Scrooge held on tight to his chair to save himself from falling in a swoon. But how much greater was his horror when the phantom, taking off the bandage round its head, as if it were too warm to wear indoors, its lower jaw dropped it down upon its breast. That's enough. But after that, Scrooge was visited by the three spirits, right? The spirit of Christmas present, the spirit of Christmas past, and the spirit of Christmas yet to come. Watch the movie Scrooge, the musical, all right? Okay, let's get on with the reading here. I think we're going to use, we got to use the Pearle Snapp stocking stuffer deck, which deals mostly with 3D situations. Okay, these are the kind of things that happen in life when we're here getting our opportunities to do better, to do things, to act in love towards other people, to help people, to be kind, you know. So these cards have to do with those things and the opportunities that we get on the holidays to do things that are good for other people and ourselves, right? Okay. We'll start with these and let's see what we get. I'm gonna shuffle the way the spiritual gangster does. Why? Because seeing is believing. Remember, Scrooge didn't believe in ghosts when Marley came to visit him, and he started out by saying, "Oh, you're not real, and you might just be a little undigested bit of beef or something." He thought he was having a hallucination because of maybe something he ate. Okay, all right. Let's see what we get here. Okay. All right, so we're starting out with GF, somebody's girlfriend. Okay, somebody's girlfriend is here. Ooh, excrement in the eggnog. Okay, poop in the punch bowl. It looks like somebody poisoned the punch. Anonymously. Anonymous gift or donation. Okay. Oh, catering. Okay, it was a bad caterer. It was a bad caterer. And there was a mountain of mashed potatoes. Now, right away, this brings to mind that scene in Close Encounters of the Third Kind when Richard Dreyfuss was sculpting Devil's Tower out of the mashed potatoes. So I think this has something to do with, maybe with E.T. too, okay? And we have don't drink and drive. Okay, sorry I'm late. I didn't want to come. All right, I think we'll leave it at that. Okay, so maybe somebody's, oh, okay, a little bit late for dinner, but save their place because they'll be there. Okay, somebody's gonna have a realization, like Scrooge did on Christmas morning. He was late. He didn't want to do this, but he came at the last minute. He'll be there. Okay, somebody's coming. And they're going to do, okay, they're going to turkey dinner and fellowship at the shelters. He's going to do something charitable on Christmas morning. Remember, he went out and he bought the biggest turkey in town and he sent it over to Tiny Tim's house. And saved their life. He saved Tiny Tim's life. Tiny Tim, remember, was the son of Bob Cratchit, Scrooge's secretary, who had to work in a room that was so cold he had to wear fingerless gloves because Scrooge was such a damn Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, da ba ba ba. Okay, but by the time this story's over, you're gonna understand the season. Okay, I just keep pulling them off here because they are supporting this story. Okay, all right, that's enough. Okay, so, okay, wow. Okay, this is great. Who's grooving on this? Who likes this story so far? Hit the like button. Come on, come on. Now let's lay down a card on each one of these, and I think we're going to use this. We're going to use the Somnia deck because it has that dark, dank, you know, Dickensian vibe to it. Let's give it a couple of shuffles here. Okay. Remember, we asked for the best reading we could have to tell this story of some kind of spiritually nurturing Christmas story. What's in your stocking? Okay. What's in your stocking, collective? Did you do your Christmas shopping yet? Pearle Snapp doesn't even have anybody to give presents to anymore. I'm so isolated here. I'm that isolated. My family has turned their backs on me. I don't have any friends in town. I don't go anywhere. I don't talk to anybody. And they couldn't get to me on the outside, so now they're breaking and entering into my home, putting shit all over my food, okay? That's my situation, and that's the truth. And I need help in Alamogordo, New Mexico. I need help. Okay, let's go. So who's this girlfriend? What does this girlfriend have to do with anything? Two of Wands, Six of Swords. Remember in the story, Scrooge, his girlfriend, or the woman he was going to marry, his fiance, let's just say it, his fiance, he turned away from her because his job was too important to him. He never paid any attention to her, never appreciated her when he had her in his life, but she was actually a wonderful woman that he passed by. And he missed out on the whole thing because he was so up to his neck in the money lending business, and all he did was sit in his office and count filthy lucre. He counted coins, he stacked up the coins, right? Right? Is there anybody from Beyond Mystic watching right now? Bunch of coin stacking fake tarot card fakes. Okay. This is for you. Part of this message is for you people that try to mix your filthy lucre in with the spiritual messages and try to act like it's all highly spiritual. I'm sorry, no, I'm not buying that, okay? They're running Ponzi schemes for cryptos over there. So anyway, this represents the moment when somebody has to make a choice. When he had the choice of choosing this love in his life or not, he didn't. But later on, okay, he was a little bit late for dinner, but he's still going to show up. So this is Scrooge ascending on Christmas morning. Ooh, cool. Okay, this was his girlfriend that he turned away from, and this is him ascending on Christmas morning. Oh, cool. Okay, what else? What else messages do you have for a spirit? The Magician just fell out, and the Knight of Swords. So, yeah, I think the Knight of Swords here might actually be Jacob Marley, who came in like gangbusters. Remember, swords are air, they're spirit, they're winds and things that are not corporeal, right? So Jacob Marley came in on a black horse, I guess, and to warn Scrooge that if he didn't wake up from his obsession with material things, a lot of times that's what this Magician card stands for, the material world and manipulating things there and thinking you have power, but you don't really. These things don't really represent spiritual power. This is just the provenance of the spiritualist who's trying to use spells and divination to alchemize things in their favor, but really that's not how you do it, okay? All these things represent worldly tools to, and this, see the spell book there, to try to climb the ladder to the light. But you see how this guy is still down in the darkness? I'd say this is, sorry I'm late, I didn't want to come. Okay. Oh, okay, what else? All right. 3 came out. These are still turned over, but 1 came out upright. 8 of Cups. This is crossing over or leaving. This could represent either turning away from a belief system and ascending, or it could represent somebody actually dying. Don't drink and drive. Someone could be at risk of, if they do, at risk of having an accident in crossing. And excrement in the eggnog might be something that somebody shouldn't have drunk, and makes them end up doing that. Maybe somebody had it in for somebody at this Christmas dinner. Ooh. Yeah, because somebody sent an anonymous gift or donation. I think this is a person that spiked the punch bowl. This caterer sent a gift. Okay, somebody. Okay, there's something in the mashed potatoes or something. Okay, what? What else? Okay, what else came out? The lovers and the high priestess. All right, so high priestess is often the female version of this magician. The alchemist who has successfully blended the light and the dark and is really truly able to create. This is the person that's like the copycat or the imposter who can't really alchemize anything. But this is the person who can. Okay, so this is the person who's, quote, done the work, right? And the lovers. So I think that this might actually be Scrooge's girlfriend he left behind, and this is him, and this is the union they could have had, which would have saved him, right? Yeah, because he's going up the ladder here to the light, and in this image, the ladder represents ascension, and here there's something that kind of looks like a ladder right here, as he rises up in the balloon, right? This Grinch that's ascending, okay, because he finally understands the season. He finally understands the season. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. What else? What other messages do you have for us, Spirit? Please, thank you for these messages. Wheel of Fortune, something has changed. Yeah, remember the clock struck at every hour, once an hour, when this three spirits visited. And this is when Scrooge's life began to change. And his life was saved. His life was saved because he was redeemed. So this is the clock striking, as the spirits visited, and he gets the visits, and he gets the insights, and he gets redeemed. Okay, what else is here? The King of Swords has come in. We started with the Knight of Swords. I said that was Jacob Marley. This is the King of Swords now. I'm thinking this is Scrooge himself as he finally starts to understand the season. He finally gets hold of he gets a grasp on why he's been so grasping in life, and what it's going to do to him, the chains he forged in life. He finally gets it. He gets this. He takes the sword and he holds it and he cuts through all that terrible toxic materialism that makes you forge those chains in life. And then that's when he goes out into the street and he buys the big turkey. And he takes it over to Bob Cratchit's house to give to their family. And he buys all these really cool toys for Bob Cratchit's kids, all of his kids. And, okay, Ace of Cups. Sorry, I'm getting emotional because Scrooge finally He finally got some love in his heart. Look what Spirit made flip out of the deck there. Look at that. Don't mind me, Pearle Snapp's big crybaby all the time. What else? I think we're about to wrap this up because that was the final scene of the movie, the redemption. Two of coins. Yeah, so all that materialism and coin stacking and money lending and grubbing and grasping at money puts you in a very, very, very precarious position spiritually. If you don't, once you've spent your whole life doing that, you end up on top of this house of cards and it can collapse at any moment. You could have a car accident and be taken out on Christmas Eve, and before you get a chance to redeem yourself. Remember, the final spirit that visited Scrooge was the spirit of Christmas yet to come, where he fell into his own grave. And he was shown, what happened after he died, okay? And he was escorted to his place in hell by Jacob Marley. So let that be a warning to you, collective, okay? We'll get a couple of more, let's get a couple more oracle cards here, and let's just see what other message we can get out of the oracle cards. We've got knowledge and learning empower you. Well, I just read to you out of a book, a very wise book that was written by someone who was kind of a spiritual, like a social justice warrior of his time. So reading books like this can empower you spiritually. Okay? And we also have, you are capable of brilliant transformation. Ascension. Getting the message. You are capable of brilliant transformation. You can do it, Scrooge, okay? Leave that grinchiness behind and get into the spirit of the season. Somebody understands the season. Get into contact with the people you left behind. The people like Pearle Snapp that you thought you could, lock down in captivity and rob her blind. Get back in touch with Pearle. Help her. Who did that to me? All the people back in Colorado. Come on, people. Help me. Don't leave me here alone like this. What other messages do we have? That was kind of personal, but this is the holiday season. I'm all alone here. I really am. I got nobody left. My parents disappeared about a year ago, and I still don't know what happened to them. Because everybody in my family turned away from me. Well, this looks Christmassy. Protect your boundaries. Yeah, that's what they all decided to do. They circled the wagons and decided, we don't want anything to do with this. She's going to ruin our good life. If we try to help her, it'll destroy everything we went into the cult to get. All that material shit, right? Shame on you if you're part of the gang that did this to me. And anybody else from a family like that. Are you like me from a family of weirdo culty Masons? Wow, we had 3 flip over. Take action. Take action now before it's too late. You need to redeem yourself because you've just been forging your chain. Dance. Well, this is what I don't get to do anymore. You took my life away from me. You try to make me a sacrifice. Try to make me your little sacrificial deer, right? Your goat. So I couldn't dance. I couldn't have a life. You took my life away from me so you could have one. That's what the cult does. Move forward. It's time for everybody to move forward on this, especially me and other people like me. It's time to move forward. Move forward. Move forward. Let's move forward. Okay, let's end this nonsense of sacrificing people, this weird religion these people have in these cults of sacrificing people, cutting off their lives so that other people can take a ride on their inheritance money or whatever is going on. That's kind of dark. I'd like to end it on something happier. What else? Let's see what we can get out of this beautiful deck. High Priestess again. So somebody's a real high priestess around here. We have confirmation that this message is being brought in by a genuine high priestess. Yours truly, and a Four of Wands. Well, that's a happy, nice card. Four of Wands. It's a card that indicates, I think, spiritual fulfillment, going through a portal. It could indicate marriage, but it could also indicate a sacred union, like a divine union, which might be like we talked about the Virgin Mary earlier. Okay, brides of Christ. Somebody probably had a past life as a nun around here. Okay, we're gonna end it there. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy solstice to all you culters out there. If you are vibing with this message, leave me a comment. Like, subscribe, send a donation if you can. I don't know if it'll get past the criminals at my bank and PayPal, but thank you for tuning in.